In this video, we will see some of the productivity rules. These are all known concepts, but if we put it like a formula, it will help us to remember it well, and also it will motivate us to follow this in our life. So I have a list over here, so we'll go one by one. The first is 90-90-1 rule. Again, this was written and shared by Robin Sharma in one of his book. So the concept is like this: for next 90 days, for 90 minutes, do one activity which you want to improve in your life. So 90 days, that's approximately around 3 months. 90 minutes without any distraction, focus on one item. Let's say that if you are lagging on couple of or some skills which you would like to improve, it could be communication skill or to learn a new AI tool, then you can use this method to stay focused, and also maybe you can use some tracker for this 90 days. The next is 20-20-20 rule. So this is again one of Robin Sharma's concept, that everyday morning if you get 1 hour, then you can use this 20-20 rule. First 20 minutes you can use it to move your body, to stretch and do some light exercises. Then the next 20 minutes you journal and you reflect what's happening in your life, and you can use that to plan for the day. Then the next 20 minutes you can use it for learning some or reading some uplifting books, self-help books which will motivate you for the day. So that will set the tone for the entire day. So 20-20-20, that is 1 hour. And if you have those are all the frameworks, right? And if you get a little bit more time, you can adjust it according to you. You can keep it 30 minutes. It's up to you, and in what situation and what time you have to do it every day morning. The next is 70-20-10 rule followed by Google. So their principle is that 70% of their resources in terms of their people or the money they spent in their core business, and then the 20% they will use those resources, it could be again people or money, to the businesses which are related to that 70%, and the 10% they completely spend those money or their resources in something which were very different from their businesses. So maybe the same thing, if you are an entrepreneur, you can also consider in your business, and as a personal person, you can also consider this. If you are routinely doing or learning something about your work, you can use 70-20, and the 10% you can consider to read completely different from your field. That may give some different perspective. Some of the YouTubers use that for their video ideas and all. If they are into the personal development or health, they used to go and see it on the financial side, how they are creating their contents and what are the strategies they are following, and they will try to implement the same. So the same is also applicable here. So you can take the 10% and invest your time for the 10%, then you can reinvest that in your core business or in your core working area. The next is the 22-22-22 rule. Again, this is given by Robin Sharma. To install a habit, you need total 66 days. So the first 22 days are going to be very hard because you are trying to do a new thing. And remember that habit, either it is good or bad, it is very hard to break it. So you are starting it with a new habit, so it is going to be very hard for the next 22 days. And if you continuously do, you will move to the next 22 days where it's not that hard. The same times it's not part of your routine also. So most of the people come there, but then again they will quit it. But if you are able to continue for that 22 days, you will move to the next 22 days. That's the last 22 days. It starts to show some improvements in your life. And if you are able to establish that 22 days and cross that 66 days mark, then you will establish that habit continuously as a part in your life. But again, remember, habits may have positive habits as well as negative habit. That's where you should not, it's okay to skip one day, but if you skip it for more than a one day, for example, if you are not reading one day, it is okay. But if you are trying to not to read or learn another day, you are forming a habit, and that will become a habit that those books reading habit will go somewhere. So you need to be very careful there. Then the next is the 60-minute students rule, where it says be a continuous learner. We live in a age where the information changes very rapidly, technology changes very rapidly. So whichever the work we are doing, it is very important that we keep updating what is happening. It could be anything. Just take an example of writing a email. Check some of the books or the videos. You will surprise that how much new techniques were there that we can adapt it, which we may not be aware. So I just gave one example, that there are many areas, how you do sales, how you do a presentation. So there are lots always there to learn. The man who thinks he knows the more is the one who need to learn more. So we should not go into that trap, and you can use this 60-minute students rule. Every day 60 minutes, block your time and learn in the area where you are working. The next is the daily 5 protocol. That is, every day morning once you wake up, write 5 goals which is a must for you to do it on that day. So once you once you have that list of 5, you can just focus it on complete day, and you can just strike it off as you finish it. So when you continuously do this 5 protocol, that you will be more focused to clear the important things or the task. Your focus will be more on the important 5 tasks. So you will finish, then you will move to the next less priority items. The next is the paperclip strategy. It was followed by Trent Dearsmith, and it was explained in the book The Atomic Habit by James Clear. So it is simple that what he does is that he is a stockbroker agent. Every day morning when he start his work, as a first thing, he takes a paperclip and call a customer. He doesn't check his emails, he doesn't even check how the market was doing, but he called the proposed customers, and once the call is over, it could be a yes or no, he transferred that paperclip to an empty jar. Then he takes another paperclip, do another call. So you have around 100 paper clips, and he continuously keep calling customers to sell the stocks until the paper clip became empty from that first jar to the next jar. So once it's over, then he starts the other work. That is focusing on priority items, and he became very successful in his career. So please try that if you are in a sales. So your important thing, or it could be any, if you are in sales, the first thing is to reach out to your customers. So if you have a list of prospective customers, then you can keep calling them and get those appointments and do that sales. Then you can move it to the next activity. I hope you like this video. You are also going to like the Eisenhower matrix, this video. Don't miss to watch this video. Like this video, consider subscribing and sharing it with your friends. Thank you so much and have a very nice day.